now for some international news. Here's Simon Pusey with Around the World in 5.
Good evening from the Channel's newsroom here in London. Boris Johnson has been elected as the UK's new Conservative leader and Prime Minister in a ballot of party members.
As the leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party,
he beat Jeremy Hunt comfortably, winning 92,153 votes to his rival's 46,656. The former London mayor takes over from Theresa May as Prime Minister on Wednesday. Mr. Johnson began his acceptance speech by praising his successor, saying it had been a privilege to serve in her cabinet. He promised the audience he would deliver Brexit, unite the country and defeat Jeremy Corbyn.
We're going to get Brexit done on October the 31st. We're going to take advantage of all the opportunities that it will bring in a new spirit of can-do. And we are once again going to believe in ourselves and what we can achieve. And like some slumbering giant, we are going to rise and ping off the guy ropes of self-doubt and negativity. With better education, better infrastructure, more police, fantastic full fibre broadband sprouting in every household, we are going to unite this amazing country.
The outgoing Prime Minister, Theresa May, congratulated Mr. Johnson, as did the US President Donald Trump, who tweeted, "He will be great," while his daughter Ivanka tweeted, "Congratulations to Boris Johnson on becoming the next Prime Minister of the United Kingston," before deleting and correcting the tweet to Kingdom. South Korea says its jets fired warning shots at a Russian surveillance plane that entered its airspace. Officials said the plane twice violated the airspace over the Dokdo Takeshima Islands, which are occupied by Seoul, but also claimed by Japan. South Korea's Ministry of Defense said it scrambled fighter jets in response and fired 360 machine gun rounds. India has denied that Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked US President Donald Trump to mediate in the long-standing Kashmir conflict with Pakistan. The Indian Foreign Ministry tweeted that no such request had been made, adding that all issues with Pakistan were discussed only bilaterally. Mr. Trump's claim that he had been asked came as he hosted Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan at the White House.
He actually said, "Would you like to be a mediator or arbitrator?" I said, "Where?" He said, "Kashmir, because this has been going on for many, many years."
However, the Indian Foreign Minister repeated in Parliament that Mr. Trump's claims were not true.
No such request was made by the Prime Minister to the US President. I would also reiterate that it has been India's consistent position that all outstanding issues with Pakistan are discussed only bilaterally.
The former Chinese Premier Li Peng, who ordered martial law during the 1989 Tiananmen protests, has died at the age of 90. Mr. Li died on Monday evening in Beijing of an unspecified illness. He served in several top positions in China in the 1980s and 1990s, but he was best known as the Butcher of Beijing for his role in the Tiananmen Square crackdown on pro-democracy protesters in 1989. Soldiers killed hundreds of unarmed civilians. Mr. Li later defended his actions as a necessary step. Hong Kong police has faced fierce criticism this week by citizens and opposition politicians after local media footage appeared to show officers talking to suspected triads after an attack on commuters on Sunday. Some politicians and activists have linked Hong Kong's shadowy network of triad criminal gangs to political intimidation and violence in recent years, sometimes against pro-democracy activists and critics of Beijing. Crowds of people wearing white shirts and armed with batons attacked local residents in the MTR station. At least 45 people were injured or sought treatment in hospitals in the aftermath of the attack. Singaporean authorities have seized almost 9 tons of elephant ivory, its largest ever seizure to date. Authorities estimate that the tusks, valued at $13 million, have come from nearly 300 African elephants. Some 12 tons of pangolin scales, valued at $35.7 million, were also seized. It is believed to have belonged to about 2,000 of the mammals. The illegal cargo was found in containers after a tip-off from China's Customs Department. Authorities discovered the animal parts on Sunday after they inspected a shipment from the Democratic Republic of Congo that was passing through Singapore on its way to Vietnam. The containers were falsely declared to contain timber. And finally, a newlywed couple were in for a surprise when US President Donald Trump stopped by to congratulate them at their wedding in New Jersey. To chants of USA, the brother of the groom filmed the video. The wedding was held at Trump National Golf Club in New Jersey, and the couple are Trump supporters. They saw Secret Service agents on the premises and thought the president may be there, but they did not think he would drop by to the wedding. And that's your international news around the world in 5.
Thanks a lot, Simon. On to sports, and here's Olumide Macaulay.
Thank you, Ijoma. Hello and welcome to Sports News. Algeria have beaten Nigeria 84-80 points in the round of 16 of the maiden FIBA AFROCAN basketball championships in Bamako, Mali. Nigeria started the game on a high note after winning the first quarter 21-15 points. The Algerians bounced back in the second quarter with 24-22 points, but Nigeria rallied to take the third quarter with a narrow 21-20. Algeria sealed their place in the quarterfinals after winning the fourth quarter 25-16 to set up a clash with Angola. Abdul Yahya emerged the top performer for Nigeria with 26 points, 9 rebounds and 3 assists, while Abdellah Hamdini became Algeria's top performer with 24 points, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. The Brazilian Football Federation have announced the departure of Vidal as head coach of the national women's team after nearly 2 years at the helm. Brazil suffered a round of 16 exit at the recent FIFA Women's World Cup after a narrow 2-1 extra-time defeat against host France. It was second stint in charge for Vidal, who assumed the reins in late 2017 from Emily Lima. The veteran coach led the team to FIFA Women's World Cup in Canada in 2015, where they also got eliminated in the last 16. In tennis, Dominic Thiem has recorded the 250th match win of his career at the Hamburg European Open by beating Pablo Chavez of Uruguay 6-3, 7-6 in 1 hour and 41 minutes. The top-seeded Austrian, who came within 1 point of taking a 4-love lead in the first set, has now beaten his opponent on 3 occasions this year, including the Argentina Open and at Roland Garros. He next faces Hungary's Martin Vukcevic in the second round. Also in tennis, Alexander Zverev has broken down the game of Chilean Nicolas Jarry in an eagerly anticipated first-round encounter at the Hamburg European Open. The second-seeded German, who made his big debut or breakthrough at the ATP 500 tournament as a 17-year-old in 2014, when he reached the semifinals, knocked out Jarry 6-4, 6-2 in 72 minutes. He now is preparing to face Federico Del Bonis of Argentina. That's it on Sports News. Ijoma is back with the rest of the news at 10.
Thanks a lot, Olumide. And the main news again. President Muhammadu Buhari today submitted the list of 43 ministerial nominees to the Senate as lawmakers suspended recess to begin screening of prospective cabinet members tomorrow. Also today, the House of Representatives set up an ad hoc committee to interface with the executive on ways to end the continued protest by members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria. The House also summoned security chiefs over the issue. And former UK Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson was today named the country's next Prime Minister. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Onyato. You have a good night.